I think I'm going to choose to triumph because dying is just too hard these days. Or is it too easy?
KO!
Damn. Hey, everybody. What's up? And welcome to episode number 36 of the Unknown Games podcast, where we talk about Japanese games, and lots of games because we're a gaming podcast. And that's why you're here. And the lovely voice that you're listening to, of course, is your host, Adrian. And I'm always joined by the awesome, super cool, magnificent, recently crowned the best Twitch person on Twitch outside of Ninja, who's no longer on Twitch, Alex.
Hey, what's up, Mox?
Damn, I can't make up even like an epic title that may or may not make sense for you to like just sound hype. Man, you know, I'm gonna get there one day. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna make you just change that intro. One day, it's gonna happen. But until that day happens, you know, we want to say thanks as always for tuning in to the podcast and listening week in, week out. And, you know, just sharing us with your friends and following us on Twitter and Instagram and all those wonderful places. We've been taking a small break on those SNS networks this week or last week, and maybe a little bit this week too. But, you know, just getting our thoughts and settling into situations and things, you know. But we're here for the games right now, and we're going to talk to you about what we've been playing, along with, I think, just a rumor. Let's face it, we're going to keep it short as always, because not much is happening this time of year in the games industries.
Oh yeah, it's really slow. I mean, we were supposed to have some announcements, not only from Sony, but from just other studios, I think. This is the time when people are starting to prep their big announcements. Like, normally we would have E3, but that got canceled due to coronavirus.
That's true. Dude,
it's just really, it's slow this year.
You know how crazy it is? Is like, I knew... No, I forgot about E3. I forgot. Like, once it was canceled, it just left my memory. Like, it's just not even a thing anymore. To me, anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe for other people, you know, they're still mourning the loss of their E3, but I don't know. But yeah, we were supposed to have some announcements.
Yeah, it's just really slow this year. I mean, I'm hoping we're going to get some more exciting stuff later in the year, because PS5 and the Series X is supposed to be launching, right?
Yeah. They're still saying that they're going to be on track to launch with, you know, COVID and everything like that going on. Yeah, they're doubling down. They're still saying this year, end of this year. Hopefully we'll get it into this year. Until then, we got Last of Us 2 coming out, Ghost of Tsushima, and I don't know if there's any other big releases after those games for the summer period. Until Cyberpunk.
Yeah, good question. I don't know, actually.
Cyberpunk technically summer? It's like what, August, right? August?
No, I think it's later in the fall. I think it's like October or something. Let me look it up.
Okay. Yeah, because we've
September.
Okay, it's not too far. I mean, we've had a pretty good early half of the year with, you know, Doom Eternal, Animal Crossing, and then also, you know, big old FF7, which I've still yet to finish.
Yeah, I don't know how you haven't finished it yet.
It's bad, man. Every time I try to finish it, I play Apex. It's really bad. I according to you and you know everyone else, I have at least 6 hours. That's it. 6 hours left. And every weekend I keep trying to beat 6 hours. End up playing like 30 minutes.
You just like not into the story right now, or what?
No, it's kind of weird. Like I want to finish it. But I just need to get back in the mood. You know what I mean? Like I need to go and get Aerith and then level her stuff up. I don't know how long you get to fight with her, honestly. Because
you can just have her auto, so you can just have the auto allocation.
That's what I'm really tempted to do for everyone, because I fought so much now that they all have 100 SP.
Oh yeah,
per weapon, and I'm just like, look, I'm only using one weapon, and the ones I want to use, and like I you know, like I like and I want to fine tune. I'm going and doing that, but for the other ones, I'm just like, no, forget it. I'm not even touching it. Bump it. I don't care what happens to it.
I mean, like, I was really into that part of the game. It's pretty, I don't know. I guess like it's pretty exciting. Like you you go back to Shinra Tower. Like that is like the set piece for the Midgard chapter, right? That's like when you like right before you escape. Like that's the build up. That's where the story's headed. You know, you're kind of getting your revenge on Shinra for what happened for Sector 7, and like, you know what I mean? Like tensions are high.
Yeah, that's where I am right now. So once I get out of there, I mean, I'm, like you guys said, I'm pretty much at the end of the game. Chapter 16, 17, something like that is where I am. 16, I think.
Sure.
Not too much longer. Not too much longer.
I'd say you're almost done.
Yeah, but what have you been playing? Are you still? So we know last week you said you finished up the AI the Insomnium files, or AI Somnium files, not the Insomnium files. That's a non-existent game. Are you playing anything else this week, or finishing up anything?
I'm still finishing Trials of Mana. Like I beat the main story. Like I beat the traditional story, but for the remake they added an epilogue. So I've just been doing the epilogue, and I'm like almost done that. I have basically like the new boss fight left to do.
Okay, is it a pretty long epilogue, or just like, you know, like a couple?
No, it's not. No, it's really short. It's like an extra 1 to 2 hours, depending on I guess how long it takes you to get through the extra dungeon. I think for some people the extra dungeon is really hard because the enemies, they do kind of hit a little harder than just the area you were previously in. And if you don't have a healer, because you choose your 3 characters when you start the game.
Okay.
So you can not have a healer. There's a high chance you don't have a healer.
Really?
So yeah, if you didn't choose the healer, you're pretty much just using healing items, and you know, those are finite. Like you might run out of those.
Okay. Or I mean, are you finding it fun, or I mean, compared to the base game? And like, actually, I don't think we ever heard, but like, how do you find the actual Trials of Mana? Did you enjoy playing it, or was it a grind? Like how did it kind of go, leaving impressions on you?
Well, I mean, like, so the story's not great. Let's just put it that way.
It's not great. Okay.
I just don't think it's a good story. It's serviceable, and I think it helps you justify getting from point A to point B, but it's just not good. It's not engaging.
Do you have any memory of the story? Just like if you did a 1-sentence summary of it, like,
Yeah, so you basically, like, you start, each character has their own story, so depending on who you pick, your story is a little bit different.
Okay.
But you basically have some kind of issue, and then it turns out, for whatever reason, you are you're gonna grab the Sword of Mana because that will solve your problems, and then you get it, and then it falls into the hands of the bad guy, and then you have to like stop them, and then you stop them, and then you win, I guess.
Then
yeah,
you win. That's the best.
It's just,
that's like life.
Yeah.
That's a straight up life right there. Like, oh, and you went to school and you became a technician of some sort, but some problems happened, and you had to regain your technician license, and this is not a true story.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, not a true story.
It's just not.
It's not engaging.
It's hard to care about the characters because I'll bump into like someone, I'll go meet a character, and then I'll have a fight with them, and then they'll like die. Like I'll beat them.
Okay.
And I'm like, and it's kind of like a sad scene and stuff, and I'm like, I don't care about this person. I like literally just met you. Oh, so yeah. Like I super don't care right now.
I mean, I saw like you playing the game a little bit, and it was just kind of like I don't know. There's something about that art style, man. That Mana art style, even it is trippy, man. I don't know. Those bosses were kind of whack looking. I mean, the normal enemies, the art direction, like it's kind of whack. I'm not gonna lie. The gameplay looked. I mean, it looked all right though. Nothing like it didn't engage me per se, but it was serviceable.
I actually really do like the boss fights. Like the battle system is fine. It's just a really basic action RPG.
Yeah.
But the boss encounters themselves, I think, are the highlight of the game. Because the bosses have their own attack patterns and their own phases, and then you have like it'll show you on the ground an AoE, like an attack indicator, and you have to dodge them. Basically, you can see when the attacks are about to go off, and then you just dodge those attacks. You wait for an opening. Okay. And like I really like that. It really reminds me of raids from FF14, which is what I used to play a lot of 14.
Interesting.
So they remind me of just really basic raids from that game where you're dodging these huge boss attacks, and then they have sections that are like DPS checks. So
okay,
the boss
so
will
like
be,
the boss has its own like kind of phases where you kind of like tank it down. Well, not tank it down, but take it down to a certain point where the boss you can then just DPS it, and then you got to go back on. Like you can clearly see the different phases, like you were saying, and it's okay. That's interesting. That's good.
Yeah, it's a DPS check. So the boss will be charging an attack. You have like 20 seconds, let's say, to stop this mega attack, and then it'll just be charging this whole time, and then you have to like you have to like break a pillar or something, let's say.
Okay.
And then that's the DPS check. And if you fail the check, is as in if you don't do enough DPS,
then
the attack will go off, and then you'll take a lot of damage. So that's why it's called a DPS check.
Now I've learned,
checking if you can do the DPS.
I've learned a new term today. DPS check. DPS check. I could put that somewhere. That's life goals. That's freaking life goals right there. Yeah, DPS check in life. Dude, this episode is about life.
Yeah, I don't know if that's only MMO terminology. Like I learned it from MMOs because it's a common mechanic in boss fights. It's to gauge the party to make sure that the party is geared enough to actually do the fight. If you're not doing the damage, if you're not doing the necessary damage for a boss fight, you'll hit enrage, which is when the boss will just kill
slaughter.
you.
Just take you out.
So if you're failing the checks, you're going to hit enrage basically. So that's why it's called a DPS check.
Interesting. I know like even in Monster Hunter, there's like moments of kind of like a DPS check for certain moves where you do. I don't know if it's you. Well, yeah. You can actually break some of the monsters out of their animations for when they're about to just go chaos. Some of them you can't. Some of them like you honestly can't. But yeah, that's like a really good, honestly, because I've never really played a lot of MMOs or had to do DPS checks or noticed them when I'm doing them in games. But now I'm going to try to look for moments and times in specifically, I guess, RPGs or, well, of course, MMOs where that kind of occurs. I mean, that's a nice mechanic. I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, like once you've seen it, like once you recognize it the first time, you'll begin to just recognize it all the time. I mean, traditional JRPGs, like turn-based JRPGs, have this all the time. I'm sure you've seen it. You're fighting a boss and they're like charging an attack, like they stop attacking you basically for like 3 turns or something.
Yeah, just charging lasers.
And then like if you can hit them enough times, you'll stop that attack. That's basically what that is.
Okay. So yeah. Anything else? Any other thoughts you have on Trials of Mana? Speak now, forever hold your peace. No,
it's fine. I think a lot of people might have issue with the price. Like it's almost a full priced game. If you only do one playthrough, including the epilogue, it's like 30 hours, which is kind of short.
Kind of short. Yeah, it's a little bit on the shorter end for MMOs. Not MMOs, but RPGs.
RPGs.
So it's on, I guess, all systems, but because it's a remake though, right? Like it's a 1-to-1 remake of the original.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, aside from the graphics, and the epilogue, like it's just really 1-to-1. Like the areas are more or less the same. The music is so similar. Like they jazzed up the music. They used modern instruments, but the arrangements themselves are just very, very similar. Yeah,
they're about the same. Okay. So if you want to save your money, you can go.
I wait for a sale I would just wait for a sale. Yeah, I wait for a sale.
Okay. Well, that sounds like it's either way. It sounds like if you do catch it on sale, you'll have like a decent experience, and you can kind of blow through it, 30 hours, and especially if you don't care about the story, you can skip all the cutscenes. Pluses, I guess.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, you could probably just like read a wiki or something and just get the story that way.
Dang, just read a wiki on that game. That's the thing. And anything else you've been playing? Anything else exciting?
Aside from Trials? Not really. I reinstalled a couple games. So I reinstalled Zero Escape, which is because I was playing AI Somnium Files last week. Yeah. So I wanted to check out his older games, so I reinstalled Zero Escape.
Okay.
Play that a little bit. I have no idea why, but I reinstalled Tales of Berseria last night.
I thought you... I don't know either. Are you just jazzing for new Tales?
Well, I do want to play Arise, but I also remember that I didn't do the end game stuff for Berseria. Like, speaking of end game stuff for Trials, like I didn't do the end game stuff for Berseria.
Okay.
So I reinstalled Berseria. And then I was like, I just dropped in, loaded my save file, and I was like, how do you play this game again? How do you play?
It's like, how does this work?
How does this game work? Like, what are my abilities? Like, who are these people? Like, I have no idea how to do the battles anymore. So I had to it's crazy how
like our minds process things, or how much of something we remember, even though we spent hundreds, like maybe 100 hours in a world, like our muscle memories just reset everything. Like I'm playing Apex, but then I'm also playing Valorant, and then that's fine. But then when I started playing Borderlands 3 a couple weeks ago with a friend, I'm like, how do I navigate? Like, I don't even, like, the controls just are messed up in my mind. I want to slide where I'm thinking Apex controls, but it's not Apex controls. And
that kind of happens to me too.
Yeah.
It kind of messes me up when I played a little bit of Titanfall too, actually, after playing Apex, because Apex has a rhythm where you run and you wait a tiny bit and then you slide and then you jump and then you wait a tiny bit and then you slide and then you go faster that way. Yeah. But in Titanfall, you can just slide, hop. You like hit the ground, and for the split second you hit the ground, you jump again, and then you can slide, and you just do that repeatedly.
It's like slide, jump.
When you slide hop in Titanfall, you don't hold W, forward. You don't hold forward. You literally just jump because your momentum from your first slide.
You just keep it going, and then you just keep crouch jump. Whoa.
You don't hold W when you slide jump in Titanfall, but in Apex, most people would be holding forward.
You just keep holding forward.
So I'm like, I have to like, my brain is just like, okay, you're playing Titanfall right now, and then I have to like,
Okay, I wonder like if we were say we were like 20 years younger or something, like, I don't know, we were back in our teens, like, would our brains adjust faster? I wonder.
I don't know. I mean, it takes me like a second to be like, okay, don't hold W or whatever, and then I'll be fine. But yeah,
you've got a faster brain, good adapting brain. You got an adaptive brain.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like riding a bike, I think.
To this day, I still don't understand. Some people just can't ride a bike. And if you're one of those people listening and you don't know how to ride a bike, you're not missing out on much. It's just, you're riding a bike. I don't know.
You can ride a bike, right?
I can ride a bike. Yeah.
Okay.
This week's episode is titled, "You Can Ride a Bike," right?
Yeah. Okay, good.
I can. Checking. But when I came back to Japan, I wasn't sure, because we take bicycles here. We'll ride them around, and I hadn't rode a bike in like 20-something years. I'm sitting here like,
I'm the same way. I'm the same way, to be honest. So I was I stopped riding a bike for a long time when I became an adult back home. Yeah, and I came back to Japan, and like Japan has a type of bike called a mamachari.
Oh yeah, that Mama Charlie.
Like I don't know what you call it, like a mom bike, basically.
Pretty much.
It's basically the kind of bike that you would see a mother have. So it has a basket in the front, and then like, I guess, space for stuff on the back, or a child, which is not illegal in this country for some weird reason, but
on the front. I've seen
or both. Yeah.
I've seen moms strapped up. I'm like, dang, don't get hit. Don't fall over. God. I don't. Yeah. It scares me. It scares me every time.
Yeah. So I'll have a story, anyways. But so I was riding a mamachari, and for some reason the handlebars on a mamachari are bent inwards.
They're almost like an old, if you were to think of like a American bike from like the 40s or something.
Yeah,
like how
it's
those
like
old
horseshoe
steel bikes.
Yeah, it's like horseshoe shaped. So the handlebars are not like straight across; they're bent inwards, basically. Yeah. And I was riding that, and I was like, "This is weird." I don't like. For some reason, turning was weird for some reason. Like, it was I wasn't used to having my elbows so far in. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't do like the kind of dirt bike turn, like where you just put your brakes on and slam them and hit a hard turn, or just like kind of lean to the side and turn as well. Like, you really are just.
Yeah, my elbows are tucked in like underneath my armpits or whatever, and I'm like, this is bizarre. I don't know how to control this, but
it's bizarre. But it's like, you really, when we came back, when I came back to Japan, it's like riding a bike again. Get on the bike. Oh, yeah,
it's a bit of a different bike.
It's a bit of a different bike. But I've always wanted to try those electric bikes, man.
Oh, the ones that have a motor on them.
Those automated death machines.
Yeah. So for me, like, one of the culture shock things, like when I came here the first time, was friggin' like families on a bike, like one mom and two kids on a bicycle. I was like, that blew my mind. I was like, what happens if you get hit by a car? Like, in the blink of an eye, your family's dead. Like,
and there's like the other thing that cultural shocks me all the time is the fact that kids have helmets on, but adults don't. Like,
I know.
I've never seen an adult with a helmet on. ever, unless they're doing like some type of like professional cycling or something. Like
yeah, they just don't wear helmets. They just don't wear helmets. I know.
And I'm sitting here, but your kids are wearing the helmets. Why aren't you? I'm confused.
Can you imagine like being a working father? You're at work, you're hard at work, you're at your desk or whatever. You get a phone call and it's like, we have bad news. Your family is dead. Like, holy shit! Like,
just I mean, yeah, that's we can actually like. It's sad, but it's actually happened. I remember was it 2 years ago? That was actually a case that happened. Was just like, the mom was riding a bike with her daughter, and they were crossing an intersection at the right time, but a car just ran the intersection, hit them, killed the daughter.
Ran the red light.
Yeah, I think maybe killed both of them, and the daughter was like what, 3 years old or something. It was a huge thing.
That's so rough. So I talked to all of the people that I know in Japan that are foreigners. So like anyone who's basically not Japanese, right? Everyone has the same opinion. Everyone that I know is just like, why do people do that? Like, how is that even remotely safe? Like, why would you think that that's fine?
No one knows. I'd rather walk with the kids. But then, so like you have that, and then you have the converse of like I don't know, they're what, 3, 4, 5-year-olds just, they walk to school by themselves, and you see them at the crosswalk. Shit makes me nervous every time. And I saw it this weekend, actually.
Oh my God.
This like 3 or 4-year-old, these brothers or friends, one of them, when the crosswalk turned red, he just runs across. And his other friend is like, look, this other friend is like, dude, you ain't supposed to do that. And his friend is paralyzed. Like, if you die, I cannot help you. I don't know what to do. And I'm looking at them both like, oh God, please let that kid go across the street fast. And they just stood there on opposite sides looking, and waited till the light to go back green so his friend could cross. But I'm just sitting here like, thank goodness nothing bad happened there.
I think like it was last year that actually happened. So there was a bunch of kids waiting at an intersection to cross the street, and then like a driver, not intentionally, but like hit the kids, hit them, and then they died. Like they actually died. Like,
man,
yeah,
it's like it's grim, and. But yeah, that's culture shock. I think that is if you ever visit Japan, you will see like I said, little kids running around that should not, in our nations, or I guess like America, Canada, wherever. Like you won't just see like a 5-year-old running around crossing the street by himself.
No, yeah.
You won't see like kids on bikes, not kids on bikes, but moms with 2 babies on their bikes.
Yeah, like one in the front and one in the back. Like,
I thought I saw 3 one day, man. And then there's like kids too, like teenagers who'll be like treat it like a 2-seater almost, like someone's driving, the other person's like holding them like a motorcycle on the back. You're like, but it's a bicycle. You're not supposed to even be doing that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyways, we almost got 2 girls in a bike. Back to Kanagawa Jet Girls over here.
Oh yeah, 2 girls, 1 bike. You should play some of that.
I got to jump back in it. I owe it to the $60 or $80 that I spent.
Yeah, you bought that full price. That's so funny.
I bought that full price. You better get that remaster, bro.
I'll get it on PC. I'll get it on PC.
Okay. Well, I haven't been playing much of anything. I'm still going through Plague's Tale, which is good. The mechanics are opening up more. You're able to actually command kind of your kind of NPCs to kind of do things for you. And overall, it's turning into more of a puzzle game, like puzzle stealth and story. And it's really good. I think the writing's a lot of it's not fun. I'm not gonna say it's fun. I said that on stream. I'm like, oh, this is a cute moment, because like the characters were huddled up together and trying to stealth through a point, and she had her brother on her back and everything. I'm like, it's so cute. And then so there's there's just rats and everything around. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
How long is the game?
It's still going, and I think I'm on the 8th I think chapter 8 or 9 or something. But they go by in about each chapter is about an hour or 30 minutes to an hour. So I still haven't looked it up. And I honestly, I keep getting new alchemic tools to use. Okay. I think I have 2 more left before like the kind of weapon wheel fills up. I don't know. I want to say maybe 5, 6, 7 more hours, 2 or 3 more play sessions. I feel like is how much I got left. So it's not. Okay. It can't be too long of a game. Maybe 15 hours at max or something. That sounds kind of long.
I wouldn't expect that kind of game to be too long.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful game.
What are you gonna play after?
So right now I'm thinking about Control for sure. Kind of doing Control after that, and still playing
Oh, the
Iconic
game
Class.
Control, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the game Control. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, just playing that game. I've been wanting to play that as well. I've been on a real narrative kick in like narrative and platforming games. So it's going to be definitely Control, and then after that for platforming, I'm not sure. I mean, I have Celeste, and I don't want to like bust my brain and just die over and over or something like that. So I might change it up.
Yeah.
I might just get something easy to play.
Yeah, my girlfriend's been playing Celeste actually. She's been, I mean, I was kind of watching her play. She was dying a lot, so.
Was she at least enjoying it? Do I have hope to look forward to?
I think so. I mean, it's a pretty interesting game. It has a pretty cool art style. It's the guy that did Towerfall, I think. If you played Towerfall, have you heard of it?
Really? No.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Towerfall. I've had a couple friends play Towerfall, and it's like they just kept dying on this last stage forever. Like they're like, it took us like 2 hours to finish one stage at one point, but
yeah, it's pretty good. It's a Canadian developer actually. I think he's from Toronto.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, that's cool. Like whatever, represent Canada. Yeah.
It sounds like you have some beef against Toronto for some reason.
No, Toronto's cool, man.
It's good.
I mean, I've been to Toronto a couple times, but it's fine. It's the biggest city. It's basically the New York of Canada.
I hear the New York of Canada, and I still see like a blank space in my mind, but with like a tall building.
Oh, you've been to New York, haven't you?
No, I've never been to New York, so I can't actually even.
Well, you know what it looks like. You know what New York looks
like. Oh
like.
yeah,
right?
yeah. I know what it looks like.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. It's like you can't imagine New York. Like, what's New York? Like, what is a New York?
What is a New York?
What's a York? Yeah.
These are all life lessons, everybody. Just what is a New York? How do you progress through life? All these things. But yeah, after that, I've just been playing Valorant, and I'll probably talk about that more next episode when I have a little bit more matches. I've played probably 4 or 5 matches. One match takes 30 to 40 minutes, so I get done with one match, I'm kind of done playing. But overall, I've been enjoying it, and yeah, I just wish it was a tad shorter. They do have a mode where you can go a lot faster. It's just, I think it's best of 4 rounds, and they just automatically upgrade your weapons. It's like a predetermined loadout essentially each round. Yeah,
I'd probably be more into that mode. That sounds better.
Yeah, like, it's a lot faster. It's definitely a lot faster. It's pretty much if they did a death mode, like a deathmatch mode, that's what it would be, minus the rounds, kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I would probably I'd probably pick that one.
It's more interesting to watch, in my opinion. But yeah, after that, we're going to talk. We're keeping it short again. So we're going to go straight into the news. We're only going to talk about one thing unless, Alex has some other things. Honestly, 2 things happened this week or last week in the world of gaming. Number one, the Sega Game Gear Micro.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, that thing.
That thing is the best way of putting it, because honestly, just looking at it, it's a portable Game Gear. It's very, very small.
What do you mean? All the Game Gears are portable? It doesn't.
No, that thing was a beast. I went back home and I opened up my Game Gear. It didn't work, but the thing was a beast. 6 AAA batteries.
Chunky. It's chunky.
6 AA batteries.
Yeah, I know. 1 on each side, right?
Yeah, 1 on each, like 3 on each side. 3 on each side, like. Oh my word! But the screen was, that thing was bright, like it burned.
Yeah, it's bright, but it had it was pretty low resolution, so it just it didn't look too good. But at least it was backlit.
It was backlit. Yeah, you didn't have to buy that random. What was that Game Boy accessory? It's like a magnifying glass with a light on it or something.
Oh yeah, but even then, that's not backlit. That's just like shining a light on your friggin' screen.
Dude, I remember doing some sleepovers with that mug.
Yeah, I would just play it underneath a lamp, to be honest.
It's the best.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is celebrating Sega's 60th anniversary. And, I mean, it's actually smaller. I had the dimensions pulled up. It's going to cost $50 or 4,980 yen. It'll be out
per one, though.
Per one. That's the key. And it's going to be out in Japan on October 6th. And as Alex said, per one. So there's 4 colors. There's black, blue, yellow, and red, each with 4 games on the system. So like when Nintendo's been releasing these things, it's typically been all the games on the system,
Yep. But Nintendo hasn't done color variations is a thing.
Yeah, they haven't done color variations. Neither did Sony when they put theirs out for their PlayStation anniversary. But darn it, Sega, you really want some money on this 2-inch? Is it a 2-inch screen? It's small.
It's actually like, do you remember a Game Boy Micro? Do you remember holding one or seeing one?
Yeah, it's smaller.
It's like a centimeter smaller than a Game Boy Micro.
And that is like, I don't want to play Sonic on this. I don't want to do it.
I mean, I'll to be honest, like I'll probably get one of them because there's 4 different sets for 4 different colors, and each one is 4 different games.
Right.
But one of them has a bunch of Shin Megami Tensei games.
Yes, the yellow. I think it's the yellow one, or no. The red one has Revelations, the Demon Slayer, Megami Tensei Gaiden, the last Bible special. I think there's another Megami Tensei. Actually, they might both just be on the red one.
Yeah, so I want to play those. Like I never played them in English, or I mean, just I never played them. Period. So I want to play those ones.
So it's.
Yeah, and I think one of them also, like a different color, has the Fantasy Star games, if I'm not mistaken, or is it Shining? Is it Fantasy Star?
Shining Force.
Oh, it's Shining. Okay,
yeah. The yellow one has all this Shining Force. So just like a rundown of the games. If you get the black one, you're gonna get Sonic the Hedgehog, Puyo Puyo 2, Outrun, and Royal Stone. Get the blue one, you'll get Sonic Chaos, Gunstar Heroes, Sylvian Tale, Baku Baku Animal. Are these the Americans?
Yeah, no, it's not
released. Yeah.
No, I don't think they're announced for English, so it's all Japanese.
The yellow one is, all like Shining Force Gaiden, Shining Force, the Sword of Haija, Shining Force Gaiden, Final Conflict, and Nazo Puyo Aru no Du. And then the red one is Revelations. I think Revelations is actually also a Megami Tensei. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
The Demon Slayer. And last Bible special. And then the GG Shinobi and Columns.
Columns is fine. Have you played Columns before?
I think I've played a little bit of it. It's like Tetris, but not Tetris, right? Ish.
It's a puzzle game. Yeah, it's let's say I don't think it's exactly Tetris, but yeah, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, I can't tell like which one of these is the best to get. Like for me, I would get probably the blue one with Sonic Chaos, and then Gunstar Heroes, because I love Gunstar Heroes.
Gunstar Heroes is really good. Yeah, like actually a really good game. Back when Treasure was making, I guess, games. Like, what's the last game that Treasure made? Do you know?
I'm just gonna leave that silence there.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'm just gonna leave it there. Who made Sin and Punishment?
Treasure.
Yeah, that's the last Treasure game I played. Honestly, Sin and Punishment 2. Or whatever was on the Wii.
Okay, the last thing they made was Geist Crusher God on the 3DS in 2014, which I've never heard of. So I guess that answers that question.
Geist.
Yeah, they don't make games anymore, dude.
Dang.
I had no idea, but I guess they made a bunch of Bleach games, so I should check those out.
You mean like Bleach the anime, Bleach the manga? Bleach?
Yeah, Bleach the anime. So
I don't know why I would be thinking it's like Bleach the product solvent or something.
Oh, they made Blade of Fate, which is actually a pretty fun game. I played that one. That's actually probably why I enjoyed it. So, yeah.
I guess I have to look it up. Blade of Fate.
It's good. It's like a fighting game. It's pretty decent.
Is it on PC?
No, it's on DS, dude.
Oh wait, that's right. Treasure only makes them on DS. Okay, well, yeah. So that's the thing with the Game Gear. If you want to get it right now, it's only been announced for Japan. If you pre-order all 4 of them, you will get the crazy magnifying glass thing, the big window to magnify your screen. It looks like a freaking mini TV on the screen. Sega, stop. Just stop. How are you going to mess this up?
Sega makes some pretty crazy stuff. I have to give Sega credit for what they did back in the 90s when they were, I guess, competing with Nintendo.
They tried. They tried hard.
Do you remember the thing called the Sega Nomad?
I don't remember the Nomad. I was going to ask if you remember the Sega cable channel network.
I do, yeah.
Man.
But the Sega Nomad was basically a Sega Genesis with a screen. So it was basically just a Sega Genesis, or a Mega Drive Genesis with a screen on it. So not a Game Gear, but just a
I'm like Genesis. but not a Game Gear. So it was just the console, but with a screen on it.
So imagine if Sony was like, here's our newest portable, a PS4 portable. So it was just like a PS4 with a screen on it. Like
You
that's
just
the
take it,
equivalent.
just take it anywhere with you and plug it in.
That's the equivalent. That was the equivalent of the Sega Nomad. They took a full-size home console and was like, oh, let's put a screen on it. Like, do you know how crazy that is? Like, that is nuts.
That sounds like somebody had no earthly clue what to do and just did it. Or no one power checked them. No one power checked that person. They needed a power check because who's going to just take, like, honestly, did the screen even pop up? I doubt it did.
No, it was kind of like the Game Gear screen, but it was running a Genesis game.
See? So who's going to bend their head down? Like, what is this? You hang the Genesis up on a wall or something? Like, and put the cartridge? God.
Well, it's just like a really fat portable. So you remember how big the Game Gear was, right?
Right.
It was like that, but maybe a little bit thicker. I don't know. It was chunky. It was huge, but it was basically a portable Genesis.
Well, back then we would all do anything to play games wherever we went. It's not too far-fetched to imagine actually wanting one. Kind of dumb to actually get one, though.
I think that's just like
I like crucified anyone who got that. It's kind of dumb to get one, though.
I think it's just a really cool part of like gaming history where like Sega did this one crazy thing. Like, yeah, like I said, it's like if Sony was like, oh, here's a portable PS4. It's a PS4 with a screen on it. You can take this on the train. Like, it's not like a Switch, which was designed from the ground up to be portable. It's taking a home console and putting a screen on it.
Yeah, someone hearing this today is like, they didn't get power checked. They didn't get checked at all. This is the dumbest thing. Oh man, that idea. I mean, you got to give them credit though. They did some ballsy stuff.
Yeah,
they went in hard. They went in hard. They had to do what they had to do to get their name out against the big N. Nintendo don't play.
No.
Oh, Lord, Alex just sent me a picture of this beast.
Let me look at it.
I'm just gonna. When I look at it, I think I may have seen that. No, it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, but you can see
I'm not seeing
the cartridge is sticking halfway out because the cartridge couldn't fit.
Oh
like,
goodness!
All the way in.
That's the cartridge. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought that was like a promotional material or something.
The cartridge wouldn't fit in the thing entirely. It stuck out like halfway.
Yeah, okay, so looking at it now, it doesn't look that bad. Like, it doesn't look as bad as I imagined. And it's next to a Game Boy Color. I mean, honestly, I'd rather just have a Game Boy Color, put it in my pocket. But if you need to get yourself a Game Gear 2.0,
I would like to get one of these, to be honest. I would like to just say, like, hey, I own one of these.
Yeah, and I own a Virtual Boy, so join.
Wait, do you really?
Yeah, I own a Virtual Boy.
In Japan?
No, in the U.S. I got it when it came out. Well, my dad, no, I still don't know how this happened, but I made all A's on my report card. And my dad was like, I want to give you
a failed console.
I want to give you a present. And he was just like, here's this Virtual Boy. I never asked him for it because I would have not known what this thing is. And I just got a Virtual Boy with like 3 or 4 games. That's where I actually learned how to play tennis. Mario Tennis, man.
You should sell that.
It's too much fun to just go in and blind my eyes, come back out and just see white and green. Yeah. I brought it to school, like every summer vacation. I would bring it to school, like last day of school.
I'm surprised no one beat you up.
Like, everybody, we're going to play Virtual Boy. I thought I was cool. That was the best part. I thought I was cool.
But you really weren't, is the problem.
Dang. Well, you know what is cool? Eventually, hopefully, maybe, as we hopefully kind of predicted last show, Bloodborne coming to PC and PS5 remastered.
Yeah, I think we were talking about it, and then rumors have been going on the internet. So there you go. There's your. I mean, I think there's some credibility to this rumor. Like when we were seeing rumors about Horizon Zero Dawn on PC.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's something that couldn't happen or wouldn't happen. I think I went back and watched a streamer playing a Bloodborne, and I did not realize how slow that game looks. How slow that frame rate is, man. Like, give me 60, give me 120, give me anything that is not that 30 FPS.
Are you planning on buying a PS5?
So I did get my, well, we got the Abe bucks over
here. Your government money, yeah.
I still haven't gotten it, but it'll be coming in. That's $1,000, and then of course, good old US of A decided to give us some They said double dip your chickens. Not your chickens, but
Is that a phrase?
No, I just made that up, but it sounds like it could be a good phrase. Double dip your chickens.
No, that sounds very suggestive.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What about if I say, oh no, if I said double dip your nuggets, then that is very subjective. Yeah.
Anyways, sorry. Yeah. Are you gonna get a PS5?
I think so. I'm gonna if it's available on launch and it's at least I can put the money back. It's pretty easy now, or just save $100 a month. By the time it'll be out, you'll have your PS5.
Yeah. So what would you get a Bloodborne remastered on? Would you get it on PS5 or would you get it on PC?
PC. The reason I say that is because I do not. Well, you know what? If I got a monitor, like an upgraded monitor, 4K and nice, to support the PS5 and everything like that. Dang, that's a good question. And now I'm like, well, then no, I would have to get okay, so my PS5 would be in my living room in that case. So I would need to get a TV, a 4K TV. So I'm getting it on PC.
Okay. So you get on PC just because you have a faster refresh rate monitor on there?
Yeah. Unless I decide to move my PS5 here into my room.
Yeah. I would get it on PC, and it's for the same reason that I always get PC games, is because eventually that console generation will become old, and I don't want that game to be trapped on that console. Like, for example, I've been talking about Metal Gear Solid 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I don't want to dig up my PS3 to play MGS4, but like, what if it was on PC? I wouldn't have that problem. So
that's true. You don't want another. Yeah, you don't want another. I'm trying to think of the other game that we're always talking about, Chrono Cross or something like that, or Xenosaga. You don't want another Xenosaga. We'll never get it again.
Yeah, that's perpetually trapped on a PS2
forever.
Yeah.
Unless somebody answers our prayers, someone listening, or just.
I don't think anyone listening to this podcast has the power to make that decision, but just in case.
But just in case.
Please. Yeah, please.
Please. So that's going to do it for us this episode. I think we've got our Go Play Chrono Cross or Chrono Trigger in there. We've got our shout outs for Xenosaga. And yeah, it's always a good episode. Always fun podcasting with Alex over here. And I don't know. It's just been fun. I can't believe we're on 36 episodes. We're almost to 40.
Yeah, almost.
Like 40 weeks straight. We've been podcasting almost 40 weeks straight. It's insane.
When we get to 69, we have to quit.
Why do we quit at 69?
It's a good number.
What if we quit at 169?
Let's do 69 and then do season 2. So it stops at 69. It always stop at 69.
What if we stop when we make $69 off the podcast?
Oh, like quit? I like that idea.
Let's
do it. Yeah.
Everybody, you now have the power to determine how fast we stop this podcast.
Yeah. Get like a donation.
A donation. Someone's just going to put 69 in there. It's like, yeah. But yeah, you can always find us on Twitter at UGP_cast. Same with the Instagram. You can always check us out on, I was going to say iTunes, but I want to say YouTube. There we go. At Unknown Games Podcast, where we will be playing, I think, Phantom Breaker. Probably we'll have like another episode for where we just play Phantom Breaker, me and Alex.
Is there? Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a page or something you can put in the show notes that makes it easier to find all these links. But
there is. It's called Stream Links. Wait, hold up. Let me look this up, everybody, because I don't remember honestly.
Okay,
I'm a horrible. Streamerlinks.com/UGPcast.
There you go. It'll be in the show notes. Yeah.
It'll be in the show notes. I think I'll clean up the show notes a little bit, so that's just the only link there.
Sure. That's no description. That's all it is.
It's all it is. It's just that.
Okay. Sounds
perfectly.
Good. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's about it. You have anything you want to say? Any closings?
Not really, I guess. Yeah, leave a voice message on Anchor or whatever, and we'll put it in the episode.
Yes, that's true. Anchor.fm/UGPcast. You can find us there. You can find that wonderful voice message link. So go ahead, leave it. We want to hear your voices now. And that's it, everyone. We'll see you next week for episode number 36 of the Unknown Games Podcast. And remember, you set the tone. Go play some games. Enjoy what you do. Support what you got to support. Do what you got to do in life. Love, live, play the best game you can ever find.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Your memes end here.
Hey, Adrian, never thought about making a podcast?
All the time, except for we are already making a podcast.
No, but I mean like a different one. Maybe a better one.
Sure.
Yeah. So I was on the internet. I was trying to figure out like what's the best host for a podcast, or, you know, pretty much how can I make a podcast? And I think I settled on Anchor.
We're already using Anchor, buddy.
Wait, are you serious? Are we actually?
I'm actually serious because it's free. And of course, we're on like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and like Google Podcasts, and so many other places.
Wait, how do we do that though?
Anchor did that for us.
Oh, just like automatically, right? Anchor
Yeah.
will just distribute your podcast for like free?
Exactly. Wait, I thought you did the research.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of did, but I do know that Anchor will help you make money from a podcast. Cash money.
Cash money grabs. Exactly. That's how we're making money right now, I think.
Absolutely. Like right at this very moment.
At this very moment with this sponsorship.
Well, I mean, also Anchor has some pretty cool creation tools that let you record and also edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Because I know you got one of those, probably.
I do have a computer, but I don't have a phone.
Well, whatever. You can still make a podcast because in 2020, there's no reason why anyone shouldn't have a podcast.
Everyone deserves a voice. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Well, Anchor is just everything you need to make a podcast, but just all in one place. You can download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Enjoy the show, everyone. Thanks for listening.